right, we got everything sanded that we needed to sand, except for the joints. Just scrape them a little. I'm gonna hit those again. Everything's looking pretty good. Just gonna hit these joints that they never finished here now. I got some fresh drywall mud. All the little patches we did around things are looking good. Got all the baseboards vacuumed. Got this room all sanded, all the spots. Everything but patches. The 2 patches I'm gonna hit with one more layer of mud, but everything else is ready for paint. And we can, once we get the paint done, we can mop it, get the floor all clean, and then polish that. So basically it's down to putting the trim back around that window. A little piece of trim right there. Doing some sort of little shelving unit right there. Whatever wood we can find. And then painting the living room, the bedroom, and the hallway. And then next we come into the kitchen, start cleaning that, and then paint it too. Alrighty. We are in what I call the cake frosting phase. Whenever you have a botched drywall job, you have to build the joints out. So basically, what I had to do was go on pretty thick in a few places here, and you really can't make it look good the first coat. So a lot of people try to do that and they end up just wiping it and recoating it and wiping it or recoating it 1,000 times. So once you learn that that doesn't work, you just kind of hit it with some thick mud, pull it out flat, and you come back and you sand it, and then you go out a little bit farther with your second and third coat. So this is the first set of 3 that I'll have to do. But yeah, I only had one joint I really had to tape. These were all taped with mesh tape. That's why you see that dark line in the middle. That's where the mesh tape is bubbling out because they didn't embed it properly. This one's really bad, so I floated it out about 20 inches wide and then just kind of laid the mud on it thick so I can float that out. Use a wider knife and just kind of bring it all out after scraping down the middle where you see these little ridges and stuff. You just scrape that. But when you have a bad drywall joint, you really have to just recreate something like a little ridge there that you can work with and then pull back from that ridge. So you can see it's a lot flatter than it was now, but it's going to take a little work to get it looking right. This one here is not too bad. I taped the bottom, taped the top. Right here I had to put a patch in and tape around that. I taped it yesterday, so I went ahead and embedded that. This is the joint I had to tape, so currently it's drying. It'll be ready to go over with the bed coat tomorrow. And then everything else I sanded and then went back over a few things that still were kind of poking out. And just went around and kind of did a general cleanup on the baseboards and stuff as far as the dust is concerned. This big kicking hole or whatever this was, I guess where someone kicked a hole in the wall. I had to pull that. I just laid a nice big layer of mud on it because it was kind of a low spot. So you'll see these edges look ratty, but what I'll do is I'll pull each edge. I'll leave like a little gap in the middle, let that dry, and then I'll fill the little gap in the middle, and then it'll be ready. So once I get all this done in this room, we'll go ahead and let these guys paint it. And I'll be in the kitchen starting in here, just kind of cleaning up all the edges and stuff where I don't think anybody ever really painted this stuff fully. It looks like it has like 1 coat. So we'll get it sanded, replace this corner bead right here with something a little nicer that isn't broken. And then just generally clean up these cabinets, adjust the doors and paint it. Put a stove in and a refrigerator. On the ceiling here, not sure what we're gonna do up here. It's pretty ratty. I may have to cut out that mesh tape and retape it with paper tape. But the way that it was hung and done, it's never gonna be really flat. So as you can see, we're just gonna have to do what we did in the living room, pull these joints out to about here and just float it out. You know, you're still gonna see it, but it won't look anything like this when we're done with it. So we'll be seeing you on the next one. This is part 3, Mobile Home Rescue. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace.